welcome to another edition of the Blacktor Studio. And today we have with us the star of stage and film, Miss Lisa Berry.
Wow, you're really nice to me. I'm gonna keep you.
Listen, I'll take that.
Put you in my pocket.
All day. If I could ride with you in your life.
What are you talking about? If I could ride with you in your life.
I'm working on it.
Anyhow.
We're working on it. So, Lisa Berry.
Yes.
We're going to start at the beginning.
Aww. Aww.
Where are you from?
I am from Richmond Hill, Ontario.
What do your parents do?
My mother worked at Bell Canada, and my father worked for the city and was also a mechanic. I also have to mention, though, that my mother is definitely somebody who had amazing skills in and around her quote-unquote job. She decorated Christmas trees like nobody's business.
I do love that. Those
right?
Like that. Thank you for that mention. Sometimes you're like, well, my mom worked as a postmistress, but really what she did is she made all the cakes for everybody at school.
Yeah. She's an amazing chef. She's an amazing pastry chef. Dangerous. And she's like, her hands, magic.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 2 older brothers. Isn't that funny that I was like, who?
Sometimes you have to like
Sometimes
figure
you
it
have to
out.
think about that. Sometimes you have to think about that. 2 brothers, a sister, and I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Oh, look at you. I thought for sure you'd be like a middle child.
Really?
Yes, because you're like, independent, go-getter. You seem very, mediation. I always equate everybody in the business as being the middle child, like myself. Always.
Right.
I'm always like, they must be a middle child.
Yeah.
Only middle children can handle this life.
It's so true, but if you actually see me interacting with my family, you're like, you're still the baby.
Right. Does everybody in your family perform?
No.
Just you?
Yeah. Like how I said that, I was like, no. Definitely not.
Like all judgment.
All judgment. No. In fact, when they try to, it's like,
Please stop.
mm-mm.
But they have other
Lisa!
skills. They have other skills.
They do.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
They're just not performers, and that's
Exactly.
good. And so what was your family life like?
How do you mean?
Things just got deep.
Got real.
Well, I mean, you're the youngest of
I'm the youngest.
5. 4. I'm a liar and a half. So you're the youngest of 4.
Yep.
And so, like, growing up, did all of you get put into an art form? Like, was it strict? What?
Definitely strict.
Yeah.
Because
your parents are from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Jesus. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, no, it was definitely a strict upbringing, and my parents, it's more in the reflecting back that I'm able to actually see what kind of childhood I had, reflecting back rather in my later years.
Because she's so old, guys.
She's
just making sure that you guys know.
Too. But it's reflecting back in my, at this time in my life about what my relationship with my family and my parents were back then, because I see it so differently now that I've grown and learned so much about myself and about what it takes to be a human being and an adult in this world, and the pressures and all of that stuff, and to be a parent and to have people who are going through things that I was like, ooh, I did that to my parents. I see how that's a bad thing now. But growing up, I just thought I never thought that my parents got me.
Right.
Which I'm sure is not uncommon for anybody. But when I look back at it, I see a different story played out now, because my mother was the one who definitely pushed me into the arts and got me, she was like my first agent. Ultimately,
we should all be so lucky.
It's like,
or should we?
Or should we? But she was really great. She would hear me singing, or would see me playing with my sister or my friends, and putting on shows and all that kind of stuff, right? And she would put me with the people who knew how to play with me, because she really didn't know how to do that, and so it's looking back, instead of me just saying, oh, she was so mean and she didn't understand me. It was like, actually, she understood me so well that she knew to put me in front of people who would cultivate what was inside of me, and bring it out, so that I, could experience joy and all those things that she was like, I don't know how to.
Again, we should also be so lucky that people know their strengths and their weaknesses and know how to cultivate that in people around them. Like,
100%.
That's a huge skill that a lot of people are lacking, actually. They're just so self-unaware, I guess it is.
Yeah.
That you just think that you're the best at everything. and you can be everything to everyone at all times.
Yeah,
and
especially moms.
Especially moms.
They're
and
like,
and
I
moms
could be
have
everything to my kid, and you're like,
well, they have the hardest jobs, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
in the world.
In the world, and it's taken for granted quite a bit, actually, that they're supposed to be everything to everyone at all times, when in actuality, if a mom can step back and say, I can't do that thing, but you know who can?
Right.
You know who can?
No, I couldn't understand that when I was 15.
Not.
Or even 25.
I was going to say.
But, you know, reflecting back, it just helped me, you know, reaffirm a stronger, healthier relationship with my mother later on in life, just because I was able to really, like, isolate that and see what was really happening, rather than just kind of going through the motions of, I hated it. I remember hating it. And you're just like, but what else was there? Like, go into the memory and really suss out, like, what did she do that was so bad? Exactly.
Or, like, I always say to people, you know, you realize when you become an adult that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge that they have at the time that they have it. Mm-hmm. So everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes daily. Still.
I make mistakes by the second.
You know what I'm saying? And by the second. See, I said daily. She tried to one-up me. Do you see that?
No. But like I said, she's got life hacks that I'm just like, ready. Okay.
But you know what I mean? And we always look back at our parents, and I think that there's a lot of blame that happens there for the choices that we make now, or the things that are going on in our lives now, when in actuality, if you stop and just think, they love me. So I'm going to assume, yes, possibly making an ass out of you and me, that because they love me, they only wanted the best for me. They only wanted to give me everything in the world. They only wanted me to be happy and never wanted to hurt me. So, therefore, it would follow that everything they did for me, regardless of whether or not I hated it at the time or hate it still to this day, was because they were trying their best. And once you figure that out, you're flying. To hear more from Lisa Berry, tune in next time on The Blacktor Studio.
I want you to teach me your life hack tricks.
I mean, you got some good life hack tricks yourself.
You got some real good life hack tricks.
I just try to stay positive. It's not easy.
You can never have enough tricks for staying positive.
It ain't no joke.
It's not a joke.
I mean, this is not necessarily part of our interview.
No.
You know, but I do enjoy your Instagram.
Oh,
your Instagram gives me a lot of, like,
thank you.
If I need a little oomph for the day, go on your Instagram. Don't have to stay on mine and be like, oh. Anyways, moving along.